Hey everybody, it's Jason the Bird Nerd Sansove, and I'm here to share with you how to upcycle your holiday cards. So upcycle means kind of reuse and turn something old into something new. So it's not really recycling them, but kind of. So right here you can see some really cool examples of some cards we've made in the past years, and it's a really easy and fun activity for the whole family during the holiday season. So some supplies you'll need are, of course, a bunch of old holiday cards, right? So if you've kept some over the years, right, you can also use tons of construction paper, stamps, stickers, and lots of other supplies to make these really cool upcycled cards, okay? So you also will need scissors and or a paper cutter, right? You need something to cut, and glue sticks and or tape also works. There's also tons of other fun things you can use, so look for materials around the house. Maybe old holiday ornaments that have broken, really cool like wallpaper, and something else that works great is old wrapping paper. So once you've assembled all of your cool supplies and you're ready to start, pick basically a color of cardstock or card, or maybe it's just an old card from the past. I'm just going to start with this nice blank white one and decide what shape you want your card. So I'm going to make this a card that is half the size of a piece of paper, and instead of making it vertical, I'm gonna plan it horizontal like this. So I'll be sticking my things on there that way, okay? And then what you want to do is just start cutting things out that you enjoy, right? So I've got some things already made here. You can kind of see where I cut a circle out of this old card because I loved this really cute picture of a chickadee with some holly in there. So I'm going to have that on my card somewhere, right? You may also find some really, really cool shapes if you go to a craft store, if you have, where you can punch out really cool holiday shapes, stars, trees, holly, and make those as well if they're not already on a card you have. So I also really like this old card, which is filled with birds, hence Bird Nerd. I love the birds, and I really would like to use this nuthatch on the card. So I'm going to cut that out right here. And you can keep some of the tree, or if you want just the shape, just go nice and slow and cut all the way around so it's just the thing that you want. It's really fun to listen to holiday music sometimes when you're doing this, right? Or you can share, if you're doing this with your family, kind of what you're doing together, right? Show each other, I found this cool picture, right? And I'm going to use that, and they can share what they're going to use, and it might give you ideas. So as you can see, I've got this little chickadee here, and I'm going to add the nuthatch to that picture right there. So I'm going to get my glue stick out, right? Don't forget our glue stick. And I am going to dab some of that all around the edges. If you've got old glue sticks like we do at Spring Creek, make sure to check them, that they haven't completely dried out. Looks like this one's going to stick just fine. Then I'm going to take the new nuthatch that I just cut out and stick that right down here, kind of off the edge of there. All right, and I've got my little bird corner started on my card. Now I want to fill in this area. Don't forget, you could also use markers and colored pencils to draw on your card. You may want to think about, who are you sending this card to? Maybe you know they like certain things. So if it's going to grandpa and grandma or an aunt or uncle and they like birds, you could use this one. Maybe if they like other things, you could cut pictures out specifically for who you're going to send it to. So now I need to find something to go there, and I had already cut out this really cool square So I thought that would go really well with the circle on the opposite corner of my card, like this, right? So I've got cool little birds in this one in a circle, and I've got this great holiday kind of big red star with extra points on it up there. So I'm going to glue that on up there. Get my glue stick again. Go all the way around the edges. Get that good and stuck on. All right, so now I've got a lot of my decorations. So some other fun things is to cut small pieces, almost like little ribbons. Here's another great old holiday card that you can see on the tree has ornaments. I want to use just a couple of those ornaments on their own, so I'm going to cut those out. Like this. Another way to do this is just go around with your old cards or your old, you can use magazines and calendars are great too from past years. Instead of just recycling or throwing them away, cut pictures out you like, maybe just certain parts, and save them for this project every year. It's a really, really fun thing to do. Okay, so I've got this cute little ornament I cut out, and I'm going to hang a couple of those right up here in the corner above the bird. So I'm going to stick those on. Oops, that's drying out glue stick. Let's try a better one here. There we go. All right. So as you can see, there are really no rules to this project. It's using what you find fun and decorative to take something old and turn it into something new. And don't forget to be creative, right? Find some ribbon or string or things that aren't just flat, right? To give this 3 dimensions. Maybe you could take some old menu paper like this and roll it. Crimple it up a little bit and make something unique that sticks off the top or along the bottom, right? That might be hard to send, but if it's just for decoration. But think about that, like that one card I showed you before made by my friend Deb. Look at this one. This is all metal foil, and she had cut that out with a stamp, and it's a little dove there, but it sticks up off the card like that, and it's a really, really beautiful way to do that. Okay, once you get your decoration done, you're almost there. The last thing to think about is, what do you want it to say, if anything, right? You could leave it just pictures, but maybe I want to write something right here like Happy Holidays or Hope You Are Well. And last and not least, don't forget the inside, right? Write a really lovely note in here, maybe a poem. A really fun one to try is haiku, and there's instructions also on our website for that. Right, so once you've got that done, you've got some really great cards. And I want to show you my favorite, also done by my friend Deb, right? You don't have to completely create it new. This was the front of an old card that Deb, who is a nature lover, added frogs and herons and things she liked to the front of that card. So once you've got that done, don't forget to say something really nice on the inside, and you've got a really fun project and a great ending thing that you can send to Grandpa and Grandma, some friends, or anyone else around the country and tell them Happy Holidays.